All right. Well, I am back. I can hear Sotere beating his keyboard up in the background. So
My
welcome, welcome.
apologies.
No, it is good. It's good. I actually have to stop using my mechanical keyboard when I'm on stream because it makes such a racket. So it's a decision I make. I have two keyboards plugged in. It's a bit weird. But anyways, let me actually just say hello to everybody once again. The games are over for the evening. Let me actually show you the brackets and just remind you. Ooh, my camera's all over that one, so let's minimize that right now. This is the bracket. If you head over to Fnatic.com, you guys can actually see that up and running. Fnatic Raidcall will face off against Eclipsia tomorrow at 6 p.m. Following that best of three, we will have Mega Shock taking on Game Hoppers at 8 p.m. And then, of course, the grand final will be tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. $1,000 on the line. Winner takes all. And myself and Sotere are going to be there to bring you all of the action. If you guys want to follow me, all you got to do is click the buttons on top of the stream. It says Facebook, it says Twitter. Click those and you can follow me. And Sotere, I believe you can find him at ggchronicle.com. Is that right?
Indeed, ggchronicle.com, facebook.com/ggchronicle, and LOL Sotere on Twitter. So follow me up. Would very much appreciate it. We have a lot of things going on over at ggchronicle.com. And, of course, we always like to keep up to date on all of these tournaments that are going on and all the news scenes. And, you know, there are a couple of things today that I heard about. I was a little bit surprised of, mainly El Mupo not being on Team Megashock anymore is apparently a very, very new change. So the things you learn casting with Quickshot, that was one of them today.
Yeah, sweet, sweet, sweet. So, guys, what myself and Sotere are going to do, because, of course, the tournament has been sponsored by Raidcall, we're trying to show you guys exactly how this application works. It's a really, really cool voice over IP application. It is free to use, and if you want to grab hold of it, all you do is head over to www.raidcall.com. Download a little app. Myself and Sotere are in the room, which you can see at the bottom of your screen. It is 133714, or LEET 14, if you prefer. We're going to be taking some questions. Arthur Andreu asks, has anyone tried Zyra Jungle? I don't know because the champions have been out for about a day and a half or 2 days, and I haven't actually seen much of Zyra at all. So sadly, I can't answer the question.
I do know that Dan Din played Zyra in the jungle in solo queue the other day. I don't know how that went. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure it went poorly because I was in a following game with him where he played Zyra once again, but our whole team was like, don't play him in the jungle this time. So presumably it doesn't work incredibly well. I would expect that a video is going to come out from Stonewall, if it is not already out, explaining exactly how to do it. But we're hearing also from chat, LOL, no, it works and it doesn't work, which, yeah, that makes sense. Just about anyone can jungle now, but not everyone jungles at a very high tier. We saw in that last game, Nuno counter jungling really, really effective against a Shen who doesn't have the fastest clear time. So if you're playing one of those unusual junglers, you have to worry about that.
Yeah, and of course we've actually seen, I've seen some Soraka jungles being incredibly effective, coming out of the lane with Starcall and Infuse to pick up some kills. So it does work and does work. Anything can work under the right circumstances. We are in the channel, guys. We have a few thousand guys on stream, actually. So feel free to jump in there and share some love. Ask any questions that you'd like to know. I know that Sotere, for example, I believe your elo is around 2200, if I recall correctly, and you play mostly support?
I do play mostly support, a little bit of jungle. Have taken a little bit of dive now, like 2150 or thereabouts.
Oh, not cool,
unfortunate,
not cool.
But I know, it always fluctuates, but unfortunately it's been fluctuating down as of most recently. Karthus jungle OP. Karthus jungle is pretty strong. It's very, very fast. I've seen a brand jungle and ranked, and I lost to it. That's always very sad. I wonder if we have any other serious questions in here. Don't see any as of yet. I mean, I guess once again, we have to thank Raidcall. I really like this system setup. I saw someone in our own chat saying, oh, I really like, TeamSpeak 3 over this program. Every time I do TeamSpeak 3, I tend to have technical issues, whether they're on my side or not. It, of course, also picked up my, my MP3, my video camera as my microphone, so that was causing issues initially, whereas Raidcall, set me up and had me going in just a matter of moments. It only took about 5 seconds before we had everything, working and properly aligned. So that is a really great bonus for anyone who's not tech savvy like myself to be able to jump into a new, voice communication program and not have to change anything.
Yeah, I'm a big fan as well. The features that you actually have as a user, there's a lot of things you can do as an admin with in terms of giving people rights, giving people out rights. It's a lot simpler. If you want to do that with other applications, you need to have like server access. But let's have a look at some of the quick questions really quickly. Let's do 2 for 1. As you're the high elo and actually the support player, who is your favorite duo to run on bot? And what's the funniest unorthodox bot lane you've actually seen?
Unorthodox. I think there was a time, it depends whether you're talking about unorthodox and, competitively viable or just unorthodox, because I've seen a lot of unorthodox ones. Unorthodox and competitively viable was a while ago. We saw Ahri being played as an AD carry, and I think it was an Ahri Soraka lane perhaps that was actually really, really effective. My favorite combination is probably Leona and Ezreal. I do like that combination. Ezreal just has so much potential nowadays, and he doesn't really have a weakness all throughout the game, so that's something I really like seeing. Leona, I feel like we don't see enough of in competitive play, and can be a really great counter. It's kind of like Taric. The only thing with Leona is if you do get shut down early, if you do get outpoked early, then you're just worthless, and you can't do that much as the game progresses, and your AD carry can effectively be zoned out of the farm, which is, what you really don't want to happen as a support.
I have had a whole lot of fun in terms of bottom lane. I wouldn't call it, unorthodox support plus AD. I would just call it, a bit of a trolling fun game. But a Blitzcrank and Alistair combo. Rocket grab into pulverize into headbutt. Once they're under the tower, throw up the power fist. And if you're looking for some fun and you've got a buddy who you can trust as far as coordination goes, Alistair Blitzcrank, highly recommended.
Yeah, and then we've actually seen that in competitive play too. I think QnA pulled that out in a pretty high, or a very important tournament. I forget which one it was. It didn't end up going incredibly well for them. They did lose the matchup. It actually might have been in Kiev against Dignitas. I believe that's where I saw it. But regardless, they did pull it out in an offline LAN tournament, and they picked up about 1 or 2 kills, but they weren't able to, get as much farm as the Corki. I believe it was a Corki Janna lane that opposed them.
All right, let's see. Are there any other questions at the moment? Will we do some fan games? Unfortunately, not tonight. I do want to get all of the VODs up. So what I'm actually going to be doing as soon as we hang up this call is I'm going to jump over onto my VODs on Owned. I'm going to tidy up all of those from tonight's recordings, and I'm going to upload them to YouTube as well. So they're all going to be available for everybody if you are on youtube.com/QuickShotTV. That's QU1KSH0T. TV at the end. Sotere, who's your favorite champion? I think I asked you this earlier and you said Janna, if I recall correctly.
I did. I said Janna, and then followed up by Lulu and Nunu, so I was really excited to see Nunu. I'm really excited that he got those buffs that bring him back into viability in the jungle, so now we have 2 separate roles that he can potentially be used in, and, one of these days we might actually see a top or a middle Nunu in competitive play. It is possible. That Visionary passive bonus buff to it really helps out, and he was always been a good laner. It's just the fact that he doesn't carry incredibly hard, but I figure someone can figure out a way to bring him in, whether it's building a lot of support items or just bruiser AP. That might work out as well. Only time will tell, but he does have those buffs that do push him into the forefront once again.
I like it. Are we going to be commentating Gamescom? No, that has been booked a little while ago already. But I will be attending MLG Arena next weekend. So that's the 3rd till the 5th of August. So it'll be my first time stateside, and really, really stoked about it.
Oh, it was your first time in the States as well?
Yeah,
first
time stateside. So never been to the States. I've never shoutcasted a big LAN. I've attended many as a player. I used to play Call of Duty 4 professionally in South Africa, and I managed to attend the Antwerp Esports Festival in Belgium. I managed to attend DreamHack for some of their social tournaments. So I've played, but this will be my first time on the other side as part of the organization as a shoutcaster. So yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited for you, and I'm sure, your fellow casters over there and all of MLG will take care of you and show you a good time over on that East Coast America. So that I'm so excited for you. Always love traveling myself. And unfortunately will not be over there to help show you the territory, show you around. How long are you going to stay? Are you going to stay a little bit after the event as well?
Not this time. I'm unfortunately just there for work, so I'm going to be there for about 5 or 6 days. So I'm literally just coming over for the event. But I'm hoping to be back. Where are we from? I'm originally South African, living in Berlin, Germany, and I'm currently shoutcasting for home. Some of you guys may have heard I actually just recently resigned from a full-time position, so I'm going to try out freelance shoutcasting and making my way that way. Sotere, I know you're West Coast states, but whereabouts exactly?
I am in San Diego, California at the present moment, so essentially as far away from you in the United States as I could possibly get. When we first started casting together, I was actually on the East Coast in Fairfax, Virginia, which is right outside Washington, D.C., which is, of course, our capital. For anyone who's not too familiar with the United States geography, I mean, I certainly can't understand that, as I don't know the capitals of a lot of European nations, and certainly nowhere east of that either. But that is where we are from. We have quite a few other questions popping up now, so that's exciting.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's quickly run through them as quickly as you can. Is there any reason for support to pick up Ignite and Exhaust and skip Heal Flash? Think you can handle that one quickly?
Oh, absolutely. Yes and no. Yes, because it gives you that extra little burst that's going to, essentially ensure that you're going to win trades. No, because you're going to have a hard time engaging and disengaging.
Let's take a look. What is the next one? Someone said very uncommon. Just talking about support players. A lot of people don't like playing support because it's the less fancy position. You're not top of the scoreboard, but a good support can win you games entirely. I always comment on the skin war when we are waiting for the game. What do I think of an old Prospector Nautilus? I love the idea. A mining pick instead of dredge line, TNT instead of the depth charge. I love it. I'm a big fan of skins, and I'm a big supporter. I recently looked through how much money I've actually spent. I think it's over 200 euros on League of Legends at the moment. It's not bad when you consider I've been playing for 2 years, but for a free game, that's quite a lot of money.
Yeah, that is quite a lot of money. It makes it almost not free. I've invested a little bit of money as well myself right when I came out, especially when I'm playing these free games. I like kind of supporting them, but I'm not a big skin fan, so I think I've only spent $50. It was mainly just to buy runes initially when I began playing, and since then I've just picked up skins when I could, just on the off chance that I got free RP, thanks to Riot or somewhere around there.
Alright, let's have a look. Someone says they like supporting at 1300 elo. Go Leona or aggressive supports. They can set it up for your lane. That makes a lot of sense. Blah, blah, blah. Do you think it's possible to take cloth armor as AD for Wriggles or for support? I have no idea what you're trying to ask, Brian, so sorry, dude. Do I recommend these headphones? I recommend any headphones that you like and can afford. What would be the best support? Depends on your composition. You can't really say which would be the best one. So I'm going to do 1 or 2 more questions, guys, before I start to pack up for the evening. But I do just want to remind everybody once again exactly where you can actually follow us. If you have had some fun with myself and with Sotere, the support really helps us out. It allows us to keep coming back and doing more events and getting our name out there for more casts and things like that. So twitter.com/lolsotere or over at ggchronicle.com. That's where you can find Sotere and all of his buddies, and of course facebook.com/ggchronicle. And for my stuff, if you guys just poke, let's see, where's the button? The button's on that side of the screen. It says Facebook, it says Twitter. Click that one, give some follows, and you can jump out that way. Sotere, let's see this one. How do you deal with Nocturne ganks as a support?
You just have to know when he is potentially coming in, but I mean, it is certainly one of the hardest things to deal with, and that's why we see him in competitive play, because no matter how careful you are, he can still jump in on you from, a good amount of distance. It's very hard to cover with wards against him. Early on, obviously, the wards will do, but then once he has paranoia, you really just have to be careful. You don't want to over-engage in any sort of battle because he can jump down there. It's kind of the same, same issue when playing against a Karthus or a Twisted Fate. And at any given point, you don't want to engage on the opposition, the opposing lane. And it's really unfortunate because you know that they have potentially an extra 500 or more damage coming down on the pair of your bottom lane. So certainly it's a tough thing. There's no clear answer. And the best thing to do is don't go aggressive unless you happen to see him top lane or happen to keep track of him in the jungle and know that he's too far away to jump in on you with paranoia.
Oh, there you go. So that's how you deal with the gank. Sotere, how did you get your nickname? Let's answer that one as the last question of the evening. Where does it come from and what does it mean?
Oh my goodness, it's actually just kind of words jumbled together. I don't think it means necessarily anything, and I just got it from playing a bunch of role-playing games in the past. It was just something I came up with. I used to run like a number of characters in the same games in MUDs, so the name is probably about 16 years old or something about that, and I almost completely forgot the origin, so I apologize for not being able to give a better answer about
Old
that.
Man,
but
Grandpa
it is essentially
Sotere.
Yes, Grandpa Sotere, old RP name, doesn't really mean anything.
And then for myself, guys, quick shot. I come from a first-person shooter background, and I'm a bit of a Twitch gamer, so low sensitivity, non-stop flicking on the mouse pad. And yeah, I wrote it when I was very young as well. I was about 12 or 13, and I was a lot more innocent. I didn't realize what it would mean when I grew up. So sadly, the nickname just stuck, and I haven't changed it. So guys, that is going to be it for tonight. I'm going to wrap this one up now. Please follow us on Facebook and Twitter. The support would be great. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. We will be back for 3 best of 3s. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So it's been awesome, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, always awesome. Thank you again for the invite. We'll see you bright and early. It'll be early on the West Coast, and we'll have some great matchups for us, best of 3 format. And
we're going to do exactly the same thing tomorrow evening as well, guys. So make sure you create your Raidcall accounts. Go register for the channel, and you can see down at the bottom of the page, Leet 14. That is where we will be, and we'll do some Q&A again if we have time between the matches, alternatively at the end of the cast. It has been a whole lot of fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Cheers, everybody.
So kiss me.